Hello, salam, shalom, namaste, sat sri akal, aloha, hola, ciao, bonjour, and buna. It's really amazing to be back with you, and I'm very, very excited. I have a very happy, special guest today. Her name is Sowndarya Ganesh, and she is a marketing expert for visionary coaches. How cool is that? Welcome, Sowndarya.
Thank you, Samia. It's a pleasure to be here on your podcast.
Thank you again for joining us. I really am super excited to be talking with you because, I've actually been doing a whole mini series of episodes on my show where we want to talk about how to make marketing more fun and easy. And I'm so excited to be talking to you on that topic today.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I'm also happy to contribute on the topic.
Yay, awesome. So before we jump into the technical aspects of the topic, would you tell us just a little bit more about who you are and what you do?
Okay. So I am Sowndarya Ganesh. I am a marketing expert for visionary coaches. I help coaches make their irresistible offer, launch it, and scale it to six figures. So yeah, I help them in all aspect of their marketing funnel, and I make sure that at the end, marketing aspects don't get in the way of their success. Actually.
Oh, I love that. I love that because so often it really is the marketing side of things that's the most challenging for so many of us, especially those of
Yeah.
us who get into this work because we love the work, in terms of coaching or training or healing, etc. But we're not really experienced with the business side of things and the marketing and sales
Yeah.
side of things. So that's really awesome.
Thank you.
Okay, and I know one of the things that you really specialize and excel in is with helping people with their social media marketing, and you're really amazing with Facebook marketing. Can you tell me
Yeah.
more about that?
Okay. So Facebook is a cool platform to generate leads and sales for your business because you can uh, dig in very deep into your audience and you can target a specific amount of audience who are like who would be very much interested in your product, and you can get your message in front of them directly, which you
Mm,
can't do in like any other platforms. So Facebook helps you to do that, and also that it would help you to you know uh, know the other aspects of that, know the other metrics. When your audience lands on your landing page, Facebook would notice that, and you can do retargeting ads with that. Whenever you get the lead and they land on your sales page, you can target them again and again. You can get your message in front of them, and finally you can close them. That's the best part about Facebook.
nice. They do provide a lot of rich data so that you can
Yeah.
be very smart about how you are approaching people and who you're approaching. That's really cool. And
Yeah.
what do you think is like a main problem that people experience when they try to use Facebook for marketing or Facebook ads for marketing?
Okay. So first of all, they don't know the complete aspect of it, the complete technical and the strategic aspect of it. They
Sure.
just go and they are in the mindset of just experimenting and testing out things. They
Mm,
don't have a strong strategy in their hand. They just
mm,
want to experiment, and if that works, that's okay. I'm getting profit, and if that doesn't, that's okay. And with that mindset, if you enter into any business, how can you expect tremendous success out of it? You have to
mm,
first have the knowledge about the platform, and you have to be strategic in your plan.
mm,
Launching preparing a Facebook ad campaign and launching it is not at all a matter. The technical aspect is in itself is not a big deal. Anybody can do that when they, go through the Facebook articles and after knowing the technical aspect of it. But what matters is the strategy before that. What strategy do you have in hand? How hard did you do the market research? And how targeted you are, in targeting your audience for your ad. And those things matter. That
Yeah.
is where you have to put in your smart work, hard work, and everything, and get that thing in. When you get that thing in your place, other things will be very easy, and you can achieve quite a good result from it.
Yeah, what you're saying makes a lot of sense. There's a lot of prep work that has to go into creating a successful marketing campaign. That makes a lot of sense. Can you give me some example of how to um, like maybe either when someone did something wrong or when they did something right in terms of you know
Okay.
using trying to use Facebook ads. Hey, thanks for tuning into this episode. Hope you're getting value out of it. For your information, this episode has been sponsored by the Happiness 101 program. Are you a change maker, coach, trainer, or healer? Are chains of fear holding you back from making the impact and income you desire? Using a unique combination of positive psychology and the spiritual wisdom of our most effective change makers, the Happiness 101 program helps you break through your limiting beliefs and manifest the abundance and success you desire with fun and ease. Interested? Book a free Happiness 101 exploration call with me, your happiness expert, Samia Bano. Just use my online calendar link in the show notes. Now, back to the show.
Okay.
Like a case
So there
study.
are like various aspects to that.
Sure.
Even if you miss out on a small thing,
Mm,
in your eyes that may not be a big thing, but
mm,
that creates a big negative impact in your complete marketing campaign.
mm,
So you have to be careful in the small aspects. My mentor always used to say, attention to details is a marketer's best quality. So that's
mm.
what we do. We have to give attention to every single detail, and we have to make sure everything is perfect before the launch. And even if something goes wrong, you have to have the mindset of troubleshooting it and getting it back in track, right? So yeah, that I think many coaches would miss on, as far as I know. They just run the campaign without prior knowledge, and they just say Facebook ad doesn't work for me because
Right.
I didn't get good result from it.
Yeah, yeah. I know what you mean. I remember when I tried doing Facebook ads, just like you said, I didn't really know what I was doing. And I just
Yeah.
started. And I remember I would write these like really long sort of posts because I mean,
Yeah.
that's how I generally wrote my posts. And I thought, uh, you know, like I don't know. I mean, and my pictures that I put on the as like an image to go along with the posts, eh, they were the best images that I could figure out. But to be honest, they were not the best. And I think just the
Okay.
fact that my posts were so long was not
Yeah.
very helpful. And I made so many other mistakes as well, you know. But those are just like a couple of examples that came to my mind.
Yeah, that's totally fine because in the start, there your situation should also be considered. You don't have the kind of amount to invest in marketing,
Yeah.
but if you come out of that, comfort zone and you start investing, your result would be, you will definitely make the return, make the return back, right? So in the end, it will all be worth it. So that's something you have to consider, and when you invest, you get the return. And that's the thing about Facebook ads. And if you get the right marketing strategies to invest in, you're certain to get the result. And that's it.
Nice. So what are some, you know, key indications for people to watch out for in terms of how do I know if I'm ready for a strategy like using Facebook ads?
Okay. So, anybody can use Facebook ads. It does not matter. Once you have the investment ready, you can start investing. But what I suggest is that uh, if you have launched a couple of products before, and you have a kind of set of audience in your hand, you have some leads, not for the product you're going to launch in future, but for the products you've already launched. So they are your loyal audience, right? So they
Yeah.
would also be interested in your next products. So then you can definitely go ahead with Facebook ads, even if you don't have like any testimonial for your next product you're going to launch. And if you are starting out, if you are a complete fresher into the coaching market, and if you're starting out, I would suggest you to do beta testing for your offer in the market and get a couple of testimonials in hand, and then you can be very much confident to invest in ads, and you can get the message. You can even put, there are many strategies to it. What I love doing is that putting your client's testimonial in your ads, running ads for your client's testimonial. That would get you tremendous result. That would build so much trust in your audience, and they will come running to you.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you for sharing that wonderful, wonderful tip. And it makes a lot of sense to feature client testimonials as part of the ads. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Now that I think about it, you got me thinking about so many ads that I've seen, and it's so true. They will
Yeah,
feature testimonials.
of course.
Uh,
They would not convert, they may not convert in the first click, but they will definitely click and they'll definitely land on your sales page, right? And then you can target them again. And
Mm.
when you target them again and again, they finally convert. Not today, but in future. Any day they may convert.
So that's another good point that you're making, that the ad in itself may not immediately lead to a sale, but rather
Yeah,
maybe it's part of a larger strategy, a larger marketing strategy. So the ad is just one step of how you connect
yeah,
with the potential client. Mm, that makes
yeah.
sense. So that makes me think of the idea of a funnel. And I know that on like you talk about, using the power of social media and funnels in the way that you help
Yeah,
coaches to get more visibility in sales. Can you,
yeah,
for people who are not maybe as familiar with the idea of funnel or what a uh, awesome sales funnel might look like when it
okay.
uh, involves a Facebook ad as part of the strategy. Can you give an example of what that might look like?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So, in order to automate your lead generation and sales generation, you have to have two funnels in place, which is your lead generation funnel, where you have a lead magnet in your hand, you give that to your audience, and you get their information in exchange, you get their email address and name, and they are in your email list.
Okay.
They're in your community. And, they, once they land on your thank you page, you can take the metrics, you can install the pixel, Facebook ads pixel in your funnel, and you can take the metrics, and you can target them for sales. Once
Mm,
you have converted them into lead, you can target them into sales. And
right.
then in order to buy a product, you have to have a sales funnel in hand, which
Right.
is uh, where uh, where you have a highly converting copy and your client testimonial, and you have everything in place. Once they visit, it makes them easier for them to uh, buy from you, or even to create an impact, and that's enough. Once you've created the impact, once you've created the first impression, they may not be in the situation to invest right away, but they would definitely invest because they are in your email list, and they are, you know, you have their you have their information in your Facebook ads manager. You can target them and you can convert them in future. And also one thing I would like to address here is that investing in a lead magnet funnel and sales funnel builder, you know, or investing given in your email list, building your email list, is
Mhm.
not a temporary asset for you. It's only a temporary investment. You invest money one time, but it is a lifetime asset for you. People in your email list may not buy right away, but definitely in future, maybe 6 months from now, or 1 year from now, or even 5 years from now, they are all your potential customers. So you
Mm.
should not be, you should not think that it's like a one-time asset and it's temporary. It's lifelong, and you have to keep nurturing them, and you have to keep following it up with them consistently.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And I love that distinction that you drew between a one-time asset versus a one-time investment. That is a
Yeah,
really, really great way to think about what we're actually doing and why we're doing it. Nice.
yeah,
Cool. Um, so for so you also mentioned two different types of funnels. Um,
yeah.
how do I know which type of funnel is the right one for me?
You need to have like a two funnel.
Oh,
You
have
need
them
to have
both.
both of these funnels.
Okay, okay. Have both funnels. That
One
makes
is for your lead generation, and one
mm,
is for your sales generation. Once
mhm,
you have an automated funnel, you will have the complete freedom. In earlier days, people used to do sales call on their call, or even like Zoom call, like we're doing now.
mm.
You automate all of those things, and you get that complete freedom of your business, where you can just concentrate on your core area of expertise, and you can serve your audience, and that's like the best part you can get in your business.
Mm-hmm. That makes a lot of sense too, to have both the funnels. Because otherwise it's like I suppose like I might feel tempted to only have a sales funnel, but if I only have a sales funnel, but I don't have that lead generation funnel, then
Yeah.
like what I imagine the problem would be that I just don't have enough people who are going into my sales funnel. Am I understanding that correct?
Yeah, yeah. So this is like you know, the roadmap you set for your audience.
Uh-huh.
First they have to taste your service, taste what your offer looks like. So
Mhm.
that's when you have to give them away a free value like a lead magnet. And
Mm.
once they taste it, you create that first impression, and they need to have a place where they can pay you and buy a product from you. And that is the core process of your sales funnel.
I see, I see, I see. Thank you for clarifying that. Um,
My pleasure.
yeah, cool. Okay, so is there like any other major challenge that you see people dealing with when they're trying to use a strategy like Facebook ads to help them with their marketing?
Okay, so in order to run a successful campaign, you need to have Facebook ad is a tool. It is a place, consider it a place, and you need to have the back end and front end of it in place in order for it to work. You
Right,
know, I spoke about it in one of my lives, and I would like to share that with you also. The back end of your Facebook ad is your offer. And
right.
if you don't have an irresistible and cool offer, Facebook ads will not work for you. That's
Mm.
obvious, right? So that's what I do before I get into working with my clients. I audit their offer and their funnel, and if that's in place, only then I can go ahead with Facebook ads. Otherwise, they need to improve on it and then come back to me for my Facebook ad services. The backend is your offer, and once you have that irresistible offer and testimonials, at least beta testimonials in place, you're good to go with Facebook ads. And after Facebook ads, after people click on your ad, they land on your funnel, right? So
Mm,
your funnel should be good. It should have the correct loading speed, and it should have an irresistible converting copy. And your funnel should convert. That is also an important metrics to notice. If the Facebook ad I run is performing really well and your funnel is not converting, at the end it's a loss for you, right?
right,
And you
right.
can at the end, people would blame Facebook ads for it. Actually, the problem is that their funnel is not converting.
Mm,
So this is the thing. Once you have the back end and front end of it in place, Facebook ad will definitely work for you.
nice. And so I imagine that in order to make sure that you actually have that irresistible offer and that you have that irresistible copy, you
Yeah.
basically do a lot of beta testing.
Yeah, actually, we can audit that using the past metrics, which with the organic traffic that came to their funnel, we can know with 100 visitors, we can know the metrics. We can know the conversion metrics of your funnel. So if that's good, the conversion of your landing page should be about 20 percentage. If that metrics is good, the funnel that I created are around or more than 50 percentage or so, so that would be even more profit, right?
Yeah,
So if that's good, we can go ahead with this.
nice. Okay, okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. So that gives me some good idea about how to make sure I'm ready for Facebook ads. I have to make sure that my backend is tested and
Yeah.
I have everything set up properly and then only go for the Facebook ad. Makes sense. Awesome. So is there anything else that you would love to share with our listeners?
Okay, so I would love to share the small tips with you. The cost per lead, because so many of my audience ask me these questions, and they are so confused about the cost per lead. If that goes high, they are panicking, and they want leads in lesser amount, lesser price.
Mm,
The cost per lead should actually be less. That's what they think. And let me tell you this: if your cost per lead is around $10 per lead,
mhm,
okay, consider this metrics, and your conversion rate, your sales page conversion rate, those leads are of high quality and they're converting around 20 percentage, will that be worth it in the end? And if you're having leads for a lesser amount, you're getting leads for less price, and if they're not quality, if they do not have the quality, and if they're converting less, or will that be profit to you? What you
mm,
have to see is it does not, your marketing funnel does not end just with your Facebook ad. You have to see the complete lead generation and the sales conversion metrics of that, lead conversion and sales conversion. Considering all aspect of it, that actually determines your Facebook ad success. If
mm.
the leads that I bring for the for higher price, if they are of tremendous quality and if they're converting like anything, that is still a profit for you, right? So you have to consider it. That's why I don't just go with Facebook ads with my clients. I also look into their other metrics, and that's what determines the success, right?
That makes a lot of sense to me. And I think that's probably like the biggest mistake that I made when I tried to use Facebook ads by myself was that
Yeah.
I I was just thinking about using the Facebook ads to attract attention towards my whatever product or service or offer that I was trying to get out there, but I had not made sure that all the other aspects on the back end of the funnel and so forth, that they were like really tested out and converting. So
Yeah.
um, mm, very cool, very cool. Thank you for sharing that. Um, And I know you on your on one of the posts that I saw on your Facebook profile was this really
Okay.
wonderful case study that you
Yeah.
shared. Can you tell us a little bit more about that and um, maybe how we can access it as well?
Okay, so recently I've helped an energetics coach make a successful launch. She was running Facebook ads for more than a year, and she's launched and maintained so many campaigns in Facebook ads, and she was not, very happy with the results. So when I approached her, her cost per lead was so much higher, and then I went ahead and created the campaign for her and launched it, and I actually managed the campaign, and we ran the campaign for same duration. The campaign she ran previously and the campaign I ran for her after that were for the same duration, and were for the same funnel, and were for the same live webinar that she's hosting
Mm,
every week. And I managed to get her the same result with half the amount spent on ads.
very cool. Very cool.
Yeah. And I also made a case study on that. I inserted that in my portfolio. And if you would love to, if any of your audience would love to get that from me, you can DM me the word case study on Facebook. I'll be attaching, I'll be sending my Facebook link to Samia, and she'll be attaching it to her podcast. You can DM me the word case study to me, and I can send it over to you. Maybe you can take inspiration from it. My value is like, I have to over deliver. My value is to over deliver not only to my clients but also to my prospects and also to my audience.
Yes, I love that. That's so generous of you. And I really appreciate that spirit because, I really believe in supporting each other as a
Yeah,
way to not only grow yourself but to take other people along with you in that growth. And that is,
definitely.
I just really appreciate that from a place of the values that I hold. And I think it's just also a really really awesome business.
Thank you so much. And you would never know the kind of impact it creates. This is just a normal file for me, but this may be a game changer for a coach.
Mm,
It can transform their business, and all the blessing comes to you at the end, and nothing matters more than that, right?
indeed, indeed. And then I'm so appreciative of you being willing to share the case study and you having created this case study and making it available to everyone. Why? Because I find that case studies are one of the best ways that we can actually learn important lessons
Yeah,
that we need to learn. It's like one thing to study just like theory, but it's like dry and hard to remember and understand. But when you see in the context of a case study how certain principles and ideas are actually implemented and the results that they
yeah,
uh, provide, it's much easier to understand and retain that
yeah,
information. So it's really, really helpful.
yeah. Thank you, Samia.
All right. So any other last words, Sundarya, before we wrap up for the day?
Yeah, for your kind audience, thank you for listening to us, and thank you is all I have now.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much once again. And for sure, everyone, please make sure you check the show notes for this episode because we are going to add Sundarya's links there so you can connect with her. I'll also drop my links there in case you want to connect with me. And until we connect next time, I wish you lots and lots of peace and joy.